Hello, fellow pipers. Typing Piper here. With a pipe. Not lit. It is currently in the teens outside, therefore I will be pretending to smoke a pipe, because I am stuck inside. But that is not the purpose for this video. The title, the working title, is A Plague of Stupid. Or maybe A Plague of Idiots. I don't know. Which one sounds better? By the time it's posted, I will have figured that out. So, where shall I go from here? Start with yesterday. I was at work, and a coworker came up to me and said, "Hey, just a heads up. Wanted to let you know that so-and-so had gone to HR. Well, that's never a good thing. And I was completely caught off guard. And when I was told who it was, kind of made sense. Because something like this has happened before in the past. Not to me, but a few other people that we work with. And what it comes down to is this person likes to ask a question or start a debate. And what they are looking for and what they get are two different things. Because they start out with the impression that everyone's going to be on my side, everyone's going to agree with me, I know I'm right because I am 21 and I know everything. Well, over the past 2 years that I've worked with this person, several other people have also had this experience where they're like, well, no, how about this? And they make their arguments, they go back and forth. Things tend to get pretty heated because one side is posing an argument and the other side is just, no, you're wrong because that's not my opinion. So over the last 2 years, people have come and gone. Many of the people who have gone were also brought to HR because of, I do believe in one case it was deemed harassment or a unsafe work environment, which I think is pretty funny because I didn't know that ideas or discussing topics was a threat. That's really odd. Especially when the person who's going to HR is the one who brought up the topic to begin with. Therefore, what the hell is going on? So what happened exactly? What was said? I have no idea. Like, I talk to this guy a couple times a week. I run into him on the street. I liked this guy. He was somebody I could have a intellectual conversation with. Talk things over, debate things, but I don't know. Apparently a difference of idea or opinion is not acceptable these days. And I've heard these stories on Joe Rogan, several other podcasts about what is happening in universities, this safe space bullshit, people with their hurt feelings and all that BS. You share the planet with 7 billion other people. Guess what? Not everybody's going to have the same opinion as you. Most people are not going to agree with you. And if your feelings are hurt by that, go to Mars. So on the upside, it would appear that this guy screwed up. For somebody who is likely claiming to be a victim, he decided after going to HR that he was going to go back to his department and brag to everybody about turning me in. Because that's what victims do. You know, when they're hurt, when something bad happens to them, if their life is horribly when things when somebody has truly wronged somebody else, they brag about getting them back. Right? That's like normal, isn't it? Like, for example, so and so assaulted me, so and so raped me in a very extreme case. They're gonna brag about getting them back later? Pretty sure that's not the attitude of a victim. So there seems to be a problem with HR departments being used as Generation Z's personal Gestapo. And I've been seeing this actually quite a bit lately. They have a problem. They don't go to the supervisor. They don't go directly to somebody else and act like an adult and have a conversation with them. They go straight to HR with the goal of either A, teaching them a lesson, which I don't know what that lesson's supposed to be, or B, just getting them fired. I don't know where this comes from. I'm having a hard time understanding the logic behind going to HR with the possibility of getting somebody fired or ruining their work record when they have a micro preemie at home, they have a wife, they have a family that they're taking care of with benefits. And you are basically, there's that threat of disrupting their life because, one, you don't have the balls to go talk to them yourself, and two, you feel like this is uncomfortable because you had a conversation with them. There's no arguing, there was no yelling, there's no belittling. It was simply two differences of opinion on something, and the person you're turning in didn't even bring it up. So I've been thinking about this quite a bit since last night. As, I don't know, I think anybody would. And hey, my plan from here on out is basically like, don't talk to this guy. Like, it's not even worth being civil to him. So, as they would say in my old neighborhood, fuck that guy. As for, like, at this point, I don't even care, like, why he would go to HR, like, what his reasoning is. I remember in detail the last conversation we had, and it was... yeah, there's, like, no substance there. There's, like, nothing remarkable. He was stating something as if it was like a gospel truth. And I asked a couple questions and he got really irritated because he had no answers to these questions that I was asking. And I said gospel truth had nothing to do with religion. He said, hey, I heard this study on blah, blah, blah about this thing. And I was like, well, how did they collect the data on that? And immediately he was irritated because he just wants people to, because he's saying something, it must be a fact. And all I did was ask some questions. So... yeah, that's, I don't know. Doesn't sound like anything that somebody should go to HR about. So, I'd like to close this up by saying, nationwide depression is up. People are more isolated than they ever have been. Yet we work in these close environments with other people. Statistically, most people, when asked a question, how many friends, close friends, could you really rely on if something bad happened to you? And it's either 0 or 1. And I can't figure out why. I mean, like I said, we work in these close proximities to each other. We should be having conversations. We should be getting to know one another. Friendship should be built. There should be some type of bond created. And yet, people are total assholes. So has anybody else come across this? Is this just something that I'm experiencing? Have you experienced this at your workplace where people don't have the balls to come up to you and just say something like, hey man, that thing that you said, I didn't really care for that. Instead, they fucking go to HR? Like, what the hell? Hey, let me know. Do a VR, get it out, whatever. Yeah, I'll update you and let you know as to like what happens with this BS, but not too excited about it. Actually, I think I'm gonna just go ahead of the curve and just go straight to my boss and just be like, hey, I was informed this is going on. I shouldn't even know about it if it's really a big deal. What the hell's up with that? So, anyways, that's basically my plan from here on out, is to get ahead of it and just say, if it's really a big deal, why is he bragging? In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Keep on typing. Hello, Typing Piper here. Drawing some Lane 1Q. Morgan Bones. In the middle of a winter windstorm, which is expected to knock out the power for thousands of people. And I say thousands because it's already knocked out power for like 4,900 people. That was like 6 hours ago, so I don't know what the current number is. But, yeah, 55 to 65 miles per hour. And we've been through this before recently. I don't know if you're hearing that. Yeah, that's what we're having. A true endurance test of Morgan Bone pipes.